Wait 1 second. What's this? 18. They never give me the notification. There you go. It's up. Yeah. Alright, so we want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushua, Ba'ashem, Kwakadash.
of course, double honors to our apostles and elders who rule well, and who we believe that's the chosen vessels to lead the nation of Israel at this time. And shalom salutations to the ones out there with the with the sincere faith of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushua. Shalom. And basically we come to you today with the scripture, be continually with a godly man, right? Because get that scripture real quick.
This is Sirach chapter 37 and verse. This is Sirach.
Brother, speak up a little bit.
Okay. This is Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. It says, "But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry."
Right, and that point at the end, it says, "If thou shalt miscarry," and it's basically the point is that like what he is keeping the commandments of the Lord. The commandments of the Lord is what, to set up the foundation of your mental mind, right? It's to strengthen your mental mind. If you read throughout the scriptures, it was all about having mental strength, and the more you get more mental strength, the more you can deal with in the spiritual sense. You could get more spiritual, and you see that throughout like times and times. Like if brothers go on like a vegetarian diet, you'll get closer to the Lord. So that's why it's like in Exodus it talked basically they couldn't have sex for 3 days, and so they could get ahead and cleanse themselves so they could so they could be clean for the Lord. So if you think about it, your second mind is your belly, So basically, being able to continue with a godly man is referring to having that foundation of being grounded. Because when you miscarry, he could pick you up,
God, read that again, Shema.
This is Sirach chapter 37 and verse 12. "But be continually with a godly man, whom thou knowest to keep the commandments of the Lord, whose mind is according to thy mind, and will sorrow with thee if thou shalt miscarry."
God, and I got this precept. This is Proverbs 27 and 17. It says, "Iron sharpeneth iron, so a man sharpened the countenance of his friend." And that's what this is about, man. What we're doing as Israelites, what we're a part of, is to develop into the office that we're supposed to be. To strengthen, to get to that point, pretty much to kill that old man and be that godly man that we're supposed to be. And how do you do that? Is by being with the like-minded men. If you trying to be on the righteous path, but you chilling with niggas and kicking it with niggas all the time, you're gonna become what? A nigga. Right. You're gonna become everything you're not trying to be. So that's why this is a heavy topic. What the bro want to go into is be continually with a godly man. With a like-minded man.
This is Psalms 1 and 1. "Blessed is the man that walketh not in the counsel of the ungodly, nor standeth in the way of sinners, nor sitteth in the seat of the scornful." It says, "But his delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper."
Right, because the scriptures talk about, it says, be perfect as I am perfect. right? So you're constantly trying to be diligent, doing the things that you need to do to be prosperous, right? Because it said it was that tree was planted, it was well grounded by water, and so it was constantly being fed. So it was good to be around a godly man that was you constantly when you get with brothers that y'all trading jewels. You tell a story, then I tell a story or say if someone miscarried, right? Be like, well, brother, look, I'll tell you right now, and you may not like this, but I've been there before, and then what you got to do is this, and that. But and you gotta do this. You know, it's gonna be hard, but you have to do this to get out of this situation because I've been there.
Yeah, you're not where you're supposed to be. There's always room to improve. So when you're getting correction, you know that's out of love, man. You know that's out of love to build you up to who you're supposed to be, man. All of us brothers, the hopeful elect, Lord's willing, those men, we have a high office that's waiting for us. But right now, which is why we are in this situation, we're not fit and ready for that office yet, man. So there's some molding, there's some shedding that you have to do in order to obtain that, man. And the only way you're going to get there is by being around like-minded men. You know, someone else, anyone that's not a part of this fold is not going to put you on the path that you need to be on, right?
Yeah. I got Proverbs 13 and so I got you can get yours. I just lost it.
This is the book of Psalm 37, verse 37. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace.
Yeah, peace. Because sometimes it seems like a man might be hard on you, or it seems like damn, you trying to shake him, you try to hide from him, trying to run from him, but he's just on your ass about some shit, right? But and at the end of it, when you like the brother was talking about, when you shed those demons, at the end of it is peace. Now your heart feels like relieved. You know, the pain is gone, man, because what you was trying to run from that man, or like you didn't want to listen or something like that, and shit, man, it happens to us all, man. Like over time, you get more understanding and more understanding and more understanding, and you see why the scriptures is so true, because it says be continually with him, right? Because even time we get how many times we ain't got together, we talk about the same things, but we hit different angles and different like wisdom and knowledge comes out of it.
Yeah.
God, y'all read that again, Papa Shaw?
Psalm 37, verse 37. Mark the perfect man and behold the upright, for the end of that man is peace.
Con, this is from the comment board.
Yeah.
We got next Mac. Shalom. This is Sirach 6 and 36. It says, and if thou seest a man of understanding, get thee betimes unto him, and let thy foot wear the steps of his door.
Yep.
You know, and that links up right what Yag said. You know, the scripture Yag brought out, because that's what you got to do, man. If you put on on the garments, the border blue and fringes, you are there's a goal. There's a goal that you're trying to obtain, and this is how you get to that goal, man. Mm-hmm. It's your surrounding, the company that you keep. You got it, Kalab.
It's Proverbs 13 and 20. He that walketh with wise men shall be wise, but a companion of fools shall be destroyed. You know, going into exactly what the brother is saying, the company that we have to keep is what's going to build us up. Mm-hmm. And I got this on the NLT really fast. Mm-hmm. It says, walk with the wise and become wise, and associate with fools and get in trouble. Plain and simple, you know.
This is 1 Corinthians chapter 15 and verse 33. It says, be not deceived. Evil communications corrupt good manners. And when you go into the Greek, and you go into the word communications, it's homilia, and it just means companionship, you know? And then if you go to different Bible comparisons, all right, we could read the NIV, for example. It says, what does the NIV say? All right, let's see. This is the NLT. It says, "Don't be fooled by those who say such things, for bad company corrupts good character." You know, but at the end of the day, if you were fellowshipping or if you're having companionship with the wicked, you're gonna become wicked. You know, the scriptures say in Sirach 13, "What does the wolf have fellowship with the lamb?" I'm roughly paraphrasing it, but you're going to fellowship with those that you like, man. So if you're sitting up here saying, "Oh, I despise the wicked," but you're sitting next to an adulterer or you're dapping up a homo, what does that make you? You know. And likewise, in the same thing, if you continually you want to be around men of the Lord, what does that make you? It means you're in the right spirit, man.
The word character goes back to word chisel. You know, so when you think about Mount Rushmore, there was a man out there chiseled that big ass mountain and made it some faces on it. You got so this truth is about being chiseled. You know, being like cut, trim the fat. You know, but once again, going back to the foundation. So that's why you see a lot of these niggas dying out here because they wanted to be. Oh, I wanted to go to the hood and get a. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Do what hood niggas do.
Hell yeah, it's the company that they keep. You know that old saying, you know, at the wrong place at the wrong time.
Right.
You know that's only gonna happen with the company that you keeping, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, you want to kick it with niggas, you gonna get a nigga reward. You know, this is Ephesians 4:20. It says, "But ye have not so learned Hamashiach, if so be that ye have heard of him and have been taught by him, as the truth is in Yahushua," and that's us. That's all of us. You know, we've all heard of Yahushua and we're being taught of Yahushua, right? Verse 22, it says that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man, which is corrupt according to deceitful lust. And when you go into that word conversation, it basically means conduct. You know, you're supposed to leave that form of conduct, man, because we all didn't, at some point in time in our life, we didn't know about this truth, man. You know, so now you got these garments on, you know, and you a Hebrew Israelite, and you with the camps, you with the churches, there's a certain conduct that you're supposed to have. You know, you're supposed to want to be here, man. You're supposed to want to, when your camp, you know, the men over you are saying, "Yo, link up, do this, that, and the third," you're supposed to want to do that, man. Right?
It's a fight.
Yeah, it's a fight, man, that you're supposed to stay into. You got something?
Yeah.
Go say.
No, yeah.
2 Corinthians 6:14. "Be ye not unequally yoked together with unbelievers, for what fellowship hath righteousness with unrighteousness, and what communion have light with darkness?"
And even if it's like your household, man, you know, it's your household, you want to limit the amount of time that you with them. You know, especially if you just coming into this truth, you're not as seasoned as certain brothers, man. You want to make sure you soaking up the spirit, you soaking up the company of the men that's around you. That's why you're supposed to know them that labor among you. You know, you want to soak. What you're doing when you linking up with brothers is you checking out of the Matrix. Every time if you watch that movie Matrix, when something happened and they looking for that phone to get out of the Matrix, you know, they're looking for safety, man. They're looking for safety. And that's exactly what we doing now, man. That's why it's mandatory to go to camp whenever your church go to camp. It's mandatory to come into these little breakout sessions when we have it, man. Mm-hmm. Now things happen to us though it's not gonna always be perfect attendance, but you gotta make that effort, man. You gotta make that effort to be continually with a godly man. I'm gonna jump back to it. You was done?
Yeah.
I'm gonna jump back to Ephesians real quick. I'm gonna read verse Ephesians 4:22. It says that ye put off concerning the former conversation, the old man which is corrupt according to deceitful lust, and be renewed in the spirit of your mind, and put on the new man, which after the Most High is created in righteousness and true holiness. You know, so there's a transformation, and there's a process of killing that old man that's going to always happen until you get on the chariots, man. So you always got to be cognizant and aware of your conduct and how often you are in the matrix, how often you was in this world, man. You got to check out and feed your spirit, man.
Because I'm glad you brought that point about the Matrix and the phone call to get out of hell, basically, because that's when you miscarry. When you miscarry, well, or you probably you on your high horse, or maybe you're too low, and you got somebody to talk to, that like, yo, brother, this is what you need to do. Like, just go ahead and do this, and he's gonna help guide you. Like, all right, bro, we messed up, but we can get ahead, get something to eat together, chill. But if you not, like the brother was saying, I ain't gonna lie, bro, if you're not with a man that's gonna help you, or like you got somebody to talk to where they're gonna encourage you to get better, then you're not hanging out after camp. You can't hang out on Sunday. You can't hang out this week. Like, damn, I mean, shit. What, like, so you just perfect? You know?
Con. I just had Ecclesiastes or Sirach 6. Okay.
No, yeah.
Ecclesiastes, Sirach 6 and 14. A faithful friend is a strong defense, and he that hath found such and one hath found a treasure. Going right into what the brother's going into, man. We have to be faithful friends for each other, man. That's the only way that we can actually, be treasures for each other, is if we're actually amongst each other, helping each other out. So you got to make sure that you're holding yourself accountable to be a brother, to your brother, man.
Yeah, because brothers give brothers, like, hey, you close to brothers, right? Or you amongst the camp. Oh, that camp might have an extra car, and you might need that car. Or you might need some extra funds, or you might need a place to stay. But since you don't want to be around brothers, the brothers don't know about you. They constantly wondering, blah blah blah. It's just like, yo, what's going on? You don't know, because we don't know. So we can't help you. I got something real quick. This is Romans 6. It's like in Romans 8 verse 6. For to be carnally minded is death, but to be spiritually minded is life and peace. And then what you get amongst brothers, what? You get more knowledge, you get more peace of mind. Like a lot of these niggas are out here tripping off of things in the world, off their women, off their children, of why this world's so wicked. They just bugged out because they ain't got the peace. They don't have that's crazy. Because we talk about the body, and if you think about a puzzle, right? If you kind of compare the body to the puzzle, like, you got different pieces to the puzzle, and brothers are pieces to that puzzle, and you're able to read the map better to get ahead and receive salvation.
God, precept. This is from the comment board, the Elder Pashah, he in the building. Yeah, Elder Pashah, Shalom, Yahweh Shema Shah, brother thumb to the elder. This is Hebrews 10 and 24. It says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to do good works, and to good works, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching. Damn. And that day is approaching, man. That day is right behind. You see the missiles that Russia just put out there, man. The day is approaching, man. So we provoking one another to do good works, and we encouraging brothers not to forsake the assembly, man. This is not no longer spirit thing, man. We're gonna stay tight. And if you don't want to be here, like brothers was talking before the cabin came on, you don't really want to be here, this is not what you really want to do, right, then step off, man. Just step off.
And sometimes you may think that, oh, I'm busy, I'm doing this, but then whole time, for real, you could cut conversations short. You could be like, fuck it, I'm not gonna do this, and I'm just gonna get ahead. Sometimes you just gotta cut shit off. So if and one thing I was just thinking about, like, if you need money for gas, you're gonna get ahead and complain about that. Yo, what's $30 to the body? Yo, we got you. Come, like, you know what I'm saying? We're not. It's like, damn, we don't want to pull your teeth, bro. But like, oh, Salakia, bro, can you read that Hebrews again, though? Because it said,
I got it. This is it says, and let us consider, Salakia, Hebrews 10 and 24 says, and let us consider one another to provoke unto love and to good works, not forsaking the assembly of ourselves together,
Not abhorring the body.
kind as the manner of some is, but exhorting one another, and so much the more as ye see the day approaching.
Right. Yeah. So like the day is approaching to where like, bro, we don't know if we might have come to that time to where it's gonna be even harder shut down to where you can't leave the house. You gotta stay indoors. You know, there might be some type of situation to where go get your groceries and stay inside. That's it. You know, and then that's it. You know, you ain't got nobody to go. You ain't got nobody to chill with. Like the phone thing is cool, but to be amongst brothers and stuff like yo, bro, it's way stronger. You know.
That's right.
I got something.
Mhm.
Hey, because at the end of the day, you're gonna go to what you like, you know. So if you're not coming around the body and you're doing something in the world, that's because you love the world more than you love the Lord, you know. This is Sirach chapter 13, verse 16. It says, "All flesh consorted according to kind, and man will cleave to his like. What fellowship have the wolf with the lamb, so the sinner with the godly? What agreement is there between the hyena and a dog? And what peace between the rich and the poor?" You know?
Go
Yeah.
to it, bro.
Yeah, and essentially that's self-explanatory. What fellowship have you, the sinner with the godly, man? Here it is, the godly are gathering together, they're breaking bread, and they're going over the mysteries of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. What else is more important than that, man?
Mm-hmm.
You know? Trying to chase after a woman or whatever you're trying to do in the world, man.
Money, kids.
Yeah, this is the book of 1 Peter 5, verse 2. "Feed the flock of the Most High, which is among you, taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly, not for filthy lucre, but of a ready mind, neither as being lords over the Most High's heritage, but being examples to the flock. And when the chief shepherd shall appear, ye shall receive a crown of glory that fadeth not away."
Mm.
So the point here is basically having your priorities straight and understanding that you have a job to do. And how can you actually be a brother if you're not around?
Facts.
It says neither as being lords over God's heritage, but being an example to the flock. If you're not around, how can you be that example? What if you're going through something and through your, let's just say, let's use the word, through your perseverance, you get through your situation, and then another brother's going through the same exact thing. Now you could have gave him some advice and helped him out, but you weren't around. You weren't there.
Hey, bro, it's a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Keep your thought.
Yeah.
What you saying, that's basically hiding your talents, right?
Mhm.
So you're putting it in a napkin and burying it under the ground.
Absolutely.
That's what I thought about. You gotta go. People.
Absolutely, Khan. And I just wanted to speak on the verse 2 as well. It says, "Taking the oversight thereof, not by constraint, but willingly." And this is what Shamash was going into as well, just priorities. You know, what's most important to you? It should be a very important thing, understanding that we're under grace, that we have mercy. And you should want to you should enjoy being around the brotherhood. You should want to be able to be around. This is the fellow tabernacle of David right here. The scriptures say that the kingdom of heaven is within you. So you should want to be around those men that are seeking the same exact kind of goal as you are. It builds you up, and then you. Don't get down on yourself. You can build up other brothers as well.
You know.
Nothing is wrong with thinking like that. Go ahead, bro.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? Let me just read this real fast, because I wanted to bring out a notice. This is Ecclesiasticus 7, verse 3. "Sorrow is better than laughter, for by sadness of the countenance the heart is made better." So I was just thinking, like, yo, pain is your best goddamn friend. When you feel pain, man, that shit teaches you very well. So, like, sometimes it kind of hurts because you want to take a nap and brothers is getting together at 7 and like shit, you just like, damn, man, fuck, like I gotta get up right now and damn.
Bro was sleeping, bro.
Bro, it happens, bro. Like sometimes brothers be sleeping and it's like, damn, Salaki, I fell asleep. But it happens. But if you come around enough, it's okay. You know what I'm saying? It's not a big deal. But like sometimes when the brother just constantly ducking and dodging,
Yeah.
And it's like something ain't right, you know what I'm saying? So that's why I said like pain is your best friend. But I wanted to get this though. This is this is Ecclesiastes 7:2. It is better to go to the house of mourning than to go to the house of feasting, for that is the end of all men. So the house of feasting, you go on over there to chill with whoever, or probably by yourself, eating and drinking by yourself. You can be doing that with brothers and like building more knowledge.
Yeah,
But
yeah, you'd rather feed the flesh rather than the spirit.
yeah, and it says that for that is the end of all men, to be in the house of feasting. It says and the living will lie it to his heart. But yeah, but that was the whole point, man. At the end, if you go into the house of feasting all the time, it's like you can't do that, man. It's a requirement for you to fast. It's a requirement for you to get with brothers. It's a requirement to like, yo, brothers is getting on your ass, and you gotta get ahead and eat that. You know what I'm saying? Like it said it's gonna better you. You know what I'm saying? So when you hanging around when you hanging around, when you a lion, you hanging around dogs and you trying to lift them up, bro. The scripture says, forget them, like let them be wicked, man. You know, let the wicked be wicked, but let the righteous be righteous. So you want to get with the righteous, you want to get more strong. Fuck that, yo. If you're rich, why would you want to go hang out with the poor? The brother. That's why the brother. I was trying to speak on the brother scripture, but yeah, he said like, what's the fellowship of you? What's the fellowship with the rich doing with the poor? It doesn't make no sense, man. I don't want to be around. Like brothers is even talking about knowledge or making money or better than life. You know, those are 2-3 topics that brothers get into. You know.
Mhm.
This is Revelation chapter 3, verse 15. I know thy works, that thou art neither cold nor hot. I would that thou wert cold or hot. So then, because thou art lukewarm, and neither cold nor hot, I'll spew thee out of my mouth. You know? And essentially, I just brought that out because if you're forsaking the assembly of brethren, essentially you're lukewarm, you know? And at the end of the day, you're only deceiving yourself. That's why the scriptures say,
Yes, sir.
examine yourself,
Yes.
you know?
If I can add real quick, because when you're around Akim, that keeps you in the spirit. You know, so that keeps you hot and on fire as well. It'd be dry, you know, like droughts when you're not around Akim the whole week and then you go to camp. You know what I'm saying? So
Get
to
that.
be around, yeah.
You get that upliftment at camp. You be like, yo, after camp, you be ready to like, yo, what we doing? Like,
Yeah.
what we get? You know what I'm saying?
That's why
God,
it's good.
you get this precept, the Elder Monagon here, bro, on the comment board. This is Shalom, Yabashimah Shabrakatah. It's Revelations 22:11. It says, he that is unjust, let him be unjust still. And he which is filthy, let him be filthy still. And he that is righteous, let him be righteous still. And he that is holy, let him be holy still. And that backs up what the Shah was just saying, man. You know, hey, you gonna, with your actions, you gonna pick and choose what you want to be. You know, if you want to continually feast and gather up righteousness, this is what you're going to do. You know, you're going to do all the things of a godly man. You know, the traits of you is going to say, oh, he got God-like traits, man. You know, the traits that you see of the men in the scriptures, you know, it's going to be of you, man. We're going to see it, man. You know, but if you only coming around when it's like a nice high holy day, you know it's gonna be mad foods and drink there, and you perfect attendance there.
That's what he said?
Yeah, basically.
No. What he
You know, we see you always there, but when it's time to go into the Bible, the scriptures, you know, and build spiritually, you know, and you not really there, you know, we can see that as well, man. Right? You got some, y'all?
Yeah, based on what you're saying.
Mm-hmm.
Matthew 5:48, be ye therefore perfect, even as your Father which is in heaven is perfect. And Brother Ganan basically made a statement talking about how other brothers and just people in the world, anybody should be able to see these godly traits among you. You know, and that's what it's all about. The reason why we're talking about being continually with the godly man is because the Most High Spirit is upon that individual. And if you're praying and everything and you recognize that, then why would you not want to follow a man who the Most High is dealing with? So that you can have those same kind of characteristics. Remember, you can read all throughout the scriptures and you can see the different characteristics of Yahweh Shai, and we should be striving to put that on. How he endured hardness as a soldier, how he had temperance when he could have been made a king early on, how he showed faith in the Heavenly Father even though it felt like he was being forsaken. We have men today that have gone through these same exact or similar situations, and we can look up to those individuals and bring upon us those godly characteristics.
Bro, I'm glad you said that. Yo, cause well, let me just bring this out real quick because this is a Sirach or Ecclesiasticus 2 verse 1. My son, if thou come to serve the Lord, prepare thy soul for temptation. Bro, this is not an easy job. Bro, we're like, what's that movie? Bad Boys 2, when he was on the that bridge, ducking and dodging those cars, those Levites was thrown off that truck. Bro, he told that nigga Martin, he said, he said, man, cut it out with all that screaming shit. I'm trying to concentrate on dodging these motherfuckers. Bro, we out here dodging demons like a motherfucker. So when you get with the bros, man, them demons it's less likely for them to come around. So when you by yourself, what it says, endure hardness as a good soldier. Soldier means solitary. So when you're not with brothers, you gotta pray more. You gotta do extra things when you're not around brothers, because with brothers like it's a different energy. So when you're not with brothers, you gotta be more sharp.
Yeah.
You know.
If I may say, just off of personal experience, when you read the scriptures, you're gonna gather some wisdom. You know what I mean? When you watch the videos, you're gonna gather wisdom. But it's nothing like when you get those one-on-one time with one of them, the elders or top men, one of your leaders when you come into the truth.
Hearing them stories.
Hearing them stories.
Come on, bro. Salak, I'm sorry, bro.
Nah, you
But
good.
hearing those stories, bro, getting certain breakdowns, like certain questions you have, you're just like, bro, that feels crazy amazing.
That's when you go to another level, bro. That's when you really go to like, oh snap, you know what I mean? And you feel yourself grow,
Right.
And then once that happens, you yearn for it more. You know what I mean?
Oh, okay.
And you know how important this is, man. And the sacrifice that this is not just for you, but for the brother that's next to you, man. And the scripture say in Matthew 25, how matter of fact, bro, can you get that get Matthew 25, start at 31? Because how do you get separated? You don't want to be a goat, you want to be a sheep, man. So how when the Lord come back, what makes him say you on this side of righteousness and you on this side of wickedness, man? Brothers got it?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Matthew 25, verse 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory. And before
24 or 25?
25.
Oh,
That's
select.
that.
Sorry, I read verse up. Matthew 25 and 24.
At 31.
You said 31?
25 and 31.
Okay, calm. Yeah, Matthew 25, 31. When the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and all the holy angels with him, then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory, and before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another, as a shepherd divided his sheep from the goats.
Right? As a shepherd divided his sheep from the goat. Keep going, bro.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on the left.
Right. When you put these garments on, when you say, call lawyer, how about Shemal Shai, you fighting this fight, you want to be on that right side. You want to be a sheep in this aspect. Go ahead.
Then shall the king say unto them on his right hand, Come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. For I was in hunger, and ye gave me meat. I was thirsty, and ye gave me drink. I was a stranger, and ye took me in.
Go ahead.
Naked, and ye clothed me. I was sick, and ye visited me. I was in prison, and ye came unto me.
Yeah, keep
bro.
going.
Then shall the righteous answer him, saying, Lord, when saw we thee in
And hunger.
hungered and fed thee, or thirsty and gave thee drink?
Yep.
When saw we thee a stranger and took thee in, or naked and clothed thee? Or when saw we thee sick or in prison and came unto thee? And the king shall answer and say unto them, Verily I say unto you, insomuch as ye have done it unto one of the least of these my brethren, ye have done it unto me.
And so the reason why I pull that out is if you're not around, how would you know? How would you know a brother need help? How would you know that a brother don't got the means to eat? You know, if you're not around, man.
Or a
You
brother-
know?
a brother might call you and he locked up, and bro, when he was reading that, a brother might call you and you up 4 in the morning, but you see the call and you just like, man, it's 4 in the morning, I'm gonna call him later. He might be locked up. You know what I'm saying?
He might need you. But the point is, you know, what is the be continually? You know, you supposed to you wanna be around, man.
Yeah.
How else would you know? Because ultimately, if your Howard Shaw was walking around here, you'll be like, yo, when we supposed to meet up? Yo, what do I need to bring? You will be all in, man.
Yeah.
But since you don't see your Howard Shaw, you don't want to come around, man. You supposed to see your Howard Shine brothers, man.
God pray more.
You know?
Yeah.
You supposed to see your Howard Shine brothers. And the reason why I brought that out is brothers, you know, I name them like Monaghan, Pashad, Zainal, the elders, you know, Kasab, Shamar Mar, Zainal, you know, the Manasseh, the men that helped build me up personally, you know, this brother, Kahan Awad, you know, the Kwa, you know, even these brothers, man. You know, brothers remember scriptures like hell, man.
Yeah.
You know, all these brothers, man, help put me on the level that I am, man.
Right.
You know, and what are you supposed to do? You're supposed to pass the knowledge. That's a great love, right?
Come.
You know, how can you do that if you don't want to be around, man? How can you be on the level? You go if he keep reading, which you don't have to keep reading. There's a flip side of it, man. Being a goat. You know, they be like, Lord, when did I see you? When was you hungry? You know, and I didn't feed you. Or when did you need shelter and I didn't give it to you? It's because you didn't know, man. You didn't care. That's why he said to Peter, the apostle Peter, 3 times to feed my flock, man. And what do the number 3 represent? Understanding. He said it 3 times so he'll understand. This is the most important thing, man. That loneliness shit is dead, man.
I got one real quick. This is Romans 15, verse 4. For whatsoever things were written aforetime were written for our learning, that we through patience and comfort of the scriptures might have hope. And yo, you gotta understand that the things that we're going through is being written in the heavens, man, and people gonna read about us, you know.
Yeah.
And then also you gotta remember, what like the stories that sometimes when we hang around the apostles or the other men and they tell us stories, bro, it gives us hope. Like, yo, they've been through some shit, you know, and it kind of be like shit, like damn, man, like all right,
Make you feel the need of manning up.
Yeah.
Yeah, good. Go ahead.
Yeah, I guess I'll grab this one. This is 1 John 4:20. If a man say, I love God, and hateth his brother, he is a liar. For he that loveth not his brother, whom he hath seen, how can he love God, whom he hath not seen? And this commandment have we from him, that he who loveth God, love his brother also. And so just going into the point that the brother Ganan was making, that everyone is making, you have to be around. And you're going to be around if you love the Akim, if you love the brotherhood. You're going to show it. It's not about just words and talking all this good shit. It's about showing forth that action, putting in some kind of work. You want to be around, and therefore you're putting in effort, not only for the brotherhood, but for the Lord. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai. Understand that mercy also means that we're able to show brotherly love once again. You read throughout the scriptures, and that wasn't always the case. So being brotherly is also part of this mercy, this grace period that we have right now. And it's not explicitly stated, But when Yahweh Shai returns, it's going to be one of the things in the spirit that he's judging when he returns, how brotherly you actually were. Matter of fact, it was. The brother brought out Matthew 25. How brotherly you actually were. What were you actually doing for the body of Yahweh Shai? Because that's what it's all about.
Yeah,
Yep,
couple
those
more, couple
are
more.
two greatest commandments. You know, love thy neighbor as thyself, love the Lord with all thy heart.
That's right.
And like the brother just read, you can't do the greatest commandment, love the Lord with all thy heart, if you don't love thy neighbor as thyself. You know?
That's right. Fuzz got any more?
Nah.
So you close.
Alright, so with that, we want to give all praises, honor, and glory to
Yahweh,
Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash. Double honors, of course, to our apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, Shalom. Shalom to the ones out there with the faithful Yahweh Ba'ashem, Yahushai. Stay strong, Shalom.
Shalom.
Wow.